and we recording for YouTube. Welcome to the Rabbit Hole Radio Show. We live on Twitch. We ain't gonna start no music yet. We like to open up our show with getting gratitude and thankfulness to the Most High, divine, uncreated, cosmic, great, grand, mother of all, Tiamat, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, divine feminine, feminine, divine masculine, all those known and unknown who are on our side, all our kin who are none but thirsty. Usher. I'm sweet, sweet, sweet mama, sweet mama. All right, we picking up on chapter. I got a treat for y'all too. We're gonna pick up on chapter 8, the Queen's Croquet-Ground. Got a little music playing. You know we like Beethoven, cause it's already on YouTube, so that's why we play it. And then I like the visual, which you get to see. You do not be sorry. You have to go to YouTube to see what gonna be posted on YouTube, and YouTube gotta go on Twitch to get the what's behind me, and, yeah, cause y'all, there's 2 different angles. You know what's up? I got my ukulele on in case I'm in the mood to play. We just play. We don't have no. We just hit the thing. Let's see what come out, but we ain't gonna do that right now. We do that when we read the poetry. And then I got a treat for you. I changed one of my poems into a song. I want to see how it sound reading it out loud. I ain't read it out loud, I just wrote it. Okay. Let's see if we can read with our glasses on today. You can't do it. I don't know why people need glasses to read. I gotta take mine off to read. Cause I've always read. How y'all doing? Oh, we got the wine shirt, y'all. The red, the Ultra World. The red. Y'all see? Show that. Y'all see what it said? Tribe is all about tribes. All about your tribe. All about the tribe. We put a little something on for y'all because we was in our gown. It was ready to lay down. Okay, you too loud. About that work, because me need to be louder, and then we got the game players in the house today, the elders and the young star. They on the PlayStations, them 5s, so we got to hear that in the background. So you all this shit, that's what that is. That's the game players, the gamers. I got PS4, hundreds of games, and just I guess I engage in that another time when I free myself from and get all my time back from these, you know, that we all give to the paying for things we have no business paying for. What it's like you paying to live, but with actuality you're not. But the chains are falling off. I see everybody in the uproar about the little. I saw the blue door. I looked at it. Oh, it came up in my algorithm on TikTok. I said, oh, that's what everybody's talking about. Because I don't watch TV, so I don't be knowing what's going on. But when I heard it from Josh Johnson, if y'all know who Josh Johnson is, the comedian on YouTube. Man, brother. Cool. I love the way he broke that down because I got what he meant. Because he intelligently give his opinion within the story and telling you truths about it, but because that's what comedy is. It's giving it to you, to your subconscious, because you're laughing, so you're open when they say something funny. Everything has something else behind it and to it. And that's why he's so different than how it was in the past, with the past comedians, because they was on some other shit. Especially when you hear how they be talking about each other. I just got to eat. I should have. Excuse me. Because I just feel like something between my teeth and I like to smile and laugh and shit. So I'm going to floss off camera. Just give me a moment. Good, I got you. Wrap it back around. It went on the thing. So much of it came out. Excuse the moi. I'll be with you in one moment. You going to the bathroom? I'll be right back. Listen to the Beethoven. Drunk on my water. Bummer. All right. I see the little rays. Oh, it got a little glow now. Let me see. My black lights on. Let's see, I look with the light off. Yeah, let's be in the we're gonna be in the rabbit hole today. We're in the rabbit hole today. Now if you get that bright blue. We got enough videos with it lit. The Queen's Croquet-Ground. A large rose tree stood near the entrance of the garden. You still too loud. A large rose tree stood near the entrance of the garden. The roses growing on it were white, but there were 3 gardeners at it, busily painting them red. Alice thought this is a very curious thing, and she went nearer She went nearer to watch them, and just as she came up to them, she heard one of them say, "Look out now, 5. Don't go splashing paint over me like that." "I couldn't help it," said 5 in his sulky tone. 7 jogged my elbow. On which 7 looked up and said, "That's right, 5 always lay the blame on others." "You better not talk," said 5. "I heard the queen say only yesterday you deserve to be beheaded." You know what? I got kind of used to sleep. We're going to be in little rabbit hole. I'm tired. No, I'm not. I'm not tired. I'm full of energy. I'm not tired. I'm not exhausted. I'm great. I just need to rest some more. So I'm going to go lay down early today. Got a busy day tomorrow. So that's what we're going to do. So we can feel better. Be at our best. What said the one who has spoken first. "That's none of your business," 2 said 7. "Yes, it is his business," said 5, "and I'll tell him it was for bringing the cook tulip roots instead of onions." Now, I hear numbers, which you had a thought it was the cards calling themselves by the number that's on them. Creatively so. Seven flung down his bush and had just begun. Well, of all the unjust things. When his eyes chanced to fall upon Alice as she stood watching them, and he checked himself suddenly, the others looked round also, and all of them bowed low. "Would you tell me," said Alice a little timidly, "why you are painting those roses?" 5 and 7 said nothing but looked at 2. 2 began in a low voice. "Why, the fact is, you see, miss, this here ought to have been a red rose tree, and we put a white one in by mistake. And if the queen was to find out, we should all have our heads cut off. You know, so you see, miss, we're doing our best. Afore she comes to, at this moment, 5, who had been anxiously looking across the garden, called out, "The queen! The queen!" And the 3 gardeners instantly threw themselves flat upon their faces. There was a sound of many footsteps, and Alice looked around, eager to see the queen. First came 10 soldiers carrying clubs. They were all shaped like the 3 gardeners, oblong and flat, with their hands and feet at the corners next to the coadjutors. Those were ornaments all over with diamonds, and walked 2 and 2 as the soldiers did. After this came the royal children. There were 10 of them, and the little dears came jumping merrily along hand in hand, in couples. They were all ornamented with hearts. Next came the guests, mostly kings and queens. Among them Alice recognized the white rabbit. It was talking in a hurried, nervous manner, smiling at everything that was said, and it went by without noticing her. Then followed the knife of hearts came the king's crown. I ain't never seen that word before. It's Knave. Connive. Because V and F are the same. So knife of hearts. Knife of hearts. Because V is an F. Yeah. How the letters go. If you notice how certain sounds like when you spell knife. Because you're the one like, why is the K silent? Knife. But then you spell knives with a V. Because V and F are the same sound. Carrying the king's crown on a crimson velvet cushion. And last of all, this grand procession came the king and queen of hearts in capital letters. Alice was rather doubtful whether she ought not to lie down on her face like the 3 gardeners, but she could not remember even having heard of such a rule at procession. Oh, yeah. her processions. And besides, what will be the use of a procession, thought she, if people had all to lay down upon their faces so that they couldn't see it? So she stood still where she was and waited. Make sure I give y'all a good view. So what is he saying about the deck of cards? Because we had the cards before we had the tarot. Just saying. When the procession came opposite to Alice, they all stopped and looked at her, and the queen said severely, "Who is this?" She said it to the Nine of Hearts, who only bowed and smiled and replied, "Idiot," said the queen, tossing her head impatiently, and turning to Alice, she went on, "What's your name, child?" "My name is Alice, so please, your majesty." And Alice very politely, but she added to herself, "Why, they're only a pack of cards. After all, I need be afraid of them." mm. "And who are these?" said the queen, pointing to the three gardeners who were lying round the rose tree. For you see, as they were lying on their faces, and the patterns on their backs was the same as the rest of the pack, she could not tell whether they were gardeners or soldiers or courtiers or three of her own children. "How should I know?" said Alice, surprised at her own courage. "It's no business of mine." The queen turned crimson with fury, and after glaring at her for a moment like a wild beast, began screaming, "Off with her head! Off with her!" I felt that in my back. "Nonsense," said Alice very loudly and decisively, and the queen was silent. The king laid his head upon his arm and timidly said, "Consider, my dear, she is only a child." The queen turned angrily away from him and said to the knife, "Turn them over." The knife did so, very carefully with one foot. "Get up," said the queen in her squeal, loud voice, and the three gardeners instantly jumped up again, bowing to the king, the queen, the royal children, and everybody else. "Leave off that," screamed the queen. "You make me giddy." And then, turning to the rose tree, she went on, "What have you been doing here?" "May it please your majesty," said two, in a very humble tone, going down on one knee as he spoke. "We were trying—" "I see," said the queen, who had meanwhile been examining the roses. "Off with their heads." And the procession moved on, three of the soldiers remaining behind to execute the unfortunate gardeners who ran to Alice for protection. "You shan't be beheaded," said Alice, and she put them into a large flower pot that stood near. The three soldiers wandered about for a minute or two looking for them, and then quietly marched off after the others. "Are their heads off?" shouted the queen. "Their heads are gone, if you please, your majesty," the soldier shouted in reply. "Bitch, you ain't gonna find out your damn self. You just won't know. Are their heads gone? Sure. We ain't see their ass, and we ain't got time. We ain't finna be looking for them with your crazy ass. I was talking some off somebody's fucking head. And her head big as hell." "That's right," shouted the queen. "Can you play croquet?" The soldiers were silent and looked at Alice as the questions were evidently meant for her. "Yes," shouted Alice. "Come on then," roared the queen. Alice joined the procession, wondering very much what would happen next. It's a very fine day," said a timid voice at her side. She was walking by the white rabbit, who was peeking anxiously into her face. "Very," said Alice. "Where's the Duchess?" "Hush, hush," said the rabbit in a low, hurried tone. He looked anxiously over his shoulder as he spoke, and then raised himself upon tiptoe, put his mouth close to her ear, and whispered, "She's under sentence of execution." "She's under sentence of execution." "What for?" said Alice. "Did you say what a pity?" The rabbit asked. No, I didn't, said Alice. I don't think it's at all a pity. I said, what for? She boxed the queen's ears. The rabbit began. Alice gave a little scream of laughter. Oh, hush. She boxed the queen's ears. The rabbit whispered in a frightened tone, the queen will hear you. You see, she came rather late, and the queen said, get to your places, shouted the queen in a voice of thunder, and people began running all about in all directions, tumbling against each other. However, they got settled down in a minute or two, and the game began. Alice thought she had never seen such a curious croquet-ground in her life. It was all ridges and furrows. The balls were live hedgehogs, the mallets live flamingos, and the soldiers had to double themselves up to stand on their hands and feet to make the arches. So they play croquet with everything that's living around them. They didn't have a croquet wooden hammer and a ball and iron and all that shit that people have now. Excuse me. The chief difficulty Alice found at first was in managing her flamingo. She succeeded in getting its body tucked away comfortably enough under her arm with its legs hanging down, but generally, just as she had got its neck nicely straightened out and very going to give the hedgehog a blow with its head, it would twist itself around and look at her in the face with such a puzzled expression that she could not help bursting out in laughter. And when she had got its head down and was going to begin again, it was very provoking to find that the hedgehog had unrolled itself and was in the act of crawling away. Besides all this, there were generally a ridge or furrow in the way whenever she wanted to send the hedgehog to, and as the double-up soldiers were always getting up and walking off to other parts of the ground, I soon came to the conclusion that it was a very difficult game indeed. And the hedgehog and the flamingo. Y'all can always pause the screen and examine the picture closely, because pictures are portals, and see where it takes you. The players all played at once without waiting for turns, quarreling all the while, fighting for the hedgehogs, and in a very short time the queen was in furious passion and went stamping about and shouting, off with their heads, off with their heads. And once in a minute, Alice began to feel very uneasy. To be sure, she had not as yet had any dispute with the queen, but she knew that it might happen any minute. And then, thought she, what will become of me? They are dreadfully fond of beheading people here. The great wonder is that there's anyone left alive. She was looking about for some way of escape and wondering whether she could get away without being seen, when she noticed a curious appearance in the air. It puzzled her very much at first, but after watching it a minute or two, she made it out to be a grin. So the cat grin come before he do, and then he leave before the grin do. What? Yes, I go. Excuse them more. It's always got on over here. Who would be? Could be sweet, sweet, sweet mama. She made it out to be a grin, and she said to herself, wait a minute, I skipped the line. She was looking about for some way of escape and wondered whether she could get away without being seen when she noticed a curious appearance in the air. It puzzled her very much at first, but after watching it a minute or two, she made it out to be a grin, and she said to herself, "It's Chester Cat. Now I should have somebody to talk to. Ch.4. How are you getting on?" Oh, Cheshire, no, I'm just repeating the word. "How are you getting on?" said the cat as soon as there was mouth enough for it to speak with. Alice waited till the eyes appeared and then nodded. "It's no use of speaking to it," she thought, "till its ears have come, or at least one of them." In another minute, the whole head appeared, and then Alice put down her flamingo and began an account of the game, feeling very glad she had someone to listen to her. The cat seemed to think that there was enough of it now in sight, and no more of it appeared. "I didn't think they played at all fairly," Alice began, in rather complaining tone, "and they all quarrel so dreadfully. One can't hear oneself speak, and they don't even seem to have any rules in particular. At least, if they are, nobody attends to them. And you're no idea how confusing it is, all the things being alive. For instance, there's the arch I got to go through next, walking about at the other end of the ground. And I should have Croquet the Queen's hedgehog just now, only it ran away when it saw me coming." "How do you like the Queen?" said the cat in a low voice. "Not at all," said Alice. "She's so extremely—" Just then she noticed that the Queen was close behind her, listening, so she went on, "Likely to win. That it's hardly worthwhile finishing the game." The Queen smiled and passed on. "Who are you talking to?" said the King, going up to Alice and looking at the cat's head with great curiosity. Ugh. Ugh. I told you I was tired, so excuse me more. "It's a friend of mine, a Chester cat," said Alice, allowing me to introduce it. "I don't like the look of it at all," said the King. "However, it may kiss my hand if it likes." What? A king telling you to kiss his hand? Can you imagine? I think it's a kiss. Kiss my hand. Like niggle. Niggle it. I don't know what that's why they wore them white gloves. "I'd rather not," the cat remarked. "Don't be impertinent," said the King. "And don't look at me like that." He got behind Alice as he spoke. "A cat may look at a king," said Alice. "I read that in some book, but I don't remember where." "Well, it must be removed," said the King very decisively. And he called the Queen, who was passing at the moment. "My dear, I wish you would have this cat removed." The Queen had only one way of settling all difficulties, great or small. "Off with his head," she said without even looking around. "I fetched the executor myself," said the King eagerly, and he hurried off. Alice thought, so this is just all they do. They don't like something, they just cut the fucking head off. Since y'all do understand that the skull is connected to the spine. So to behead something is to do something else. You ain't coming back to the round. Alice thought that she might as well go back and see how the game was going on, as she heard the Queen's voice in the distance, screaming with passion. She had already heard her sentence 3 other players to be executed for having missed their turns, and she did not like the look of things at all, as the game was in such confusion that she never knew whether it was her turn or not. So she went in search of her hedgehog. The hedgehog was engaged in a fight with another hedgehog, which seems to Alice as excellent opportunity for croquetting one of them with the other. The only difficulty was that her flamingo was gone across to the other side of the garden, where Alice could see it trying in a helpless sort of way to fly up into a tree. By the time she had caught the flamingo and brought it back, the fight was over, and both the hedgehogs were out of sight. But it doesn't matter much, thought Alice, as all the arches are gone from the side of the ground. So she tucked it away under her arm, thought it might not escape again, and went back for a little more conversation with her friend. When she got back to Cheshire Cat, she was surprised to find quite a large crowd collected around it. There was a dispute going on between the executor, the king, and the queen, who were all talking at once, while all the rest were quite silent and looked very uncomfortable. The moment Alice appeared, she was appealed to by all three to settle the question, and they repeated their arguments to her. Though, as they all spoke at once, she found it very hard indeed to make out exactly what they said. The executor's argument was that you couldn't cut off a head unless there was a body to cut it off from. I knew it. And that he had never had to do such a thing before, and he was going to begin at his time of life. And he wasn't going to begin at his time of life. The king's argument was that anything that had a head could be beheaded, and that you weren't to talk nonsense. Look at her face. The queen's argument was that if something wasn't done about it, less than no time, she had everybody's executed all around. It was this last remark that had made the whole party look so grave and anxious. Alice could think of nothing else to say, but it belonged to the Duchess. You better ask her about it. She's in prison, the queen said to the executor. Fetch her here. And the executor went off like an arrow. The cat's head began fading away the moment he was gone, and by the time he had come back with the Duchess, it had entirely disappeared. So the king and the executor ran wildly up and down looking for it, while the rest of the party went back to the game. Of course he disappeared. You think you let them cut his head off, and then all it was the head? And next is chapter... Oh, it was in chapter 8. Next is chapter 9. I like that he used the Roman numerals. The letters X. X represents 10. Well, if it really represents 9. The Mock Turtle story. What number is X now? That's like 6. It's the 24th letter. So it's number 6. The Mock Turtle story. Is where we'll start next week, because we only do a chapter. We'll do more when time permits. So let's get into a poem. Let me see, any foolishness or fuckery y'all like to speak on besides the damn landing? Let me see that before. Where did we stop? Here it is. I'm trying to go in order, so I'm repeating. Ugh. Renew and revive There is no date. But it's in between 2007 and 2009. And what happened then? It was his father. So much shit was happening then. So much shit. So much caca. So much caca was happening then. Renewed and revived. This past year, my dear, God damn, man. I've been through it all. But none can keep me down. Once I fall, see you guide my light. All true desire lives within. No one knows our secret meeting place, and I forget sometimes where to go. But eventually, like the sun that shines and the moon that looms, you appear to renew and revive, like you always do. So I say, thank you. Once again from the depths of the being in which you made me, my eternal guiding light. Speak to my soul, and my heart grows with love and desires for what I am here for, to live and strive for. There was nothing more. Now I shall start my journey in the direction you set my path for. I adore. I guess it was 2008, because 2008 on that side. Thoughts of the night. When we give up on our dreams. Thoughts of the night. Because I do statements just, like I said, I believe writing things down that comes to mind is therapeutic, because then you can figure out what is actually coming from you, yourself, your soul, or your higher self. Because other things use our vessel to communicate too. Like people who indulge in the spirits, who drink the spirit. Why do you think they call it spirits? Akul. In Arabic, the ghoul. I blacked out. I don't remember. What did I do last night? What you think you did? You didn't do shit. You was knocked. You right. You was knocked out. You was in a sucking place, and some spirit, some entity, jumped in and had some fun, like it was your friend, and went on a rendezvous. Thoughts for the night. Turn this heat off. When we give up on our dreams, do our nightmares begin? What is evolution if you don't love? How do you expect to grow old if you never grow up? Why is it so hard to just be yourself? Why is a certainty that the main things made by man will end him cash and pistols? Why is it certain that the main things made by man will end him cash and pistols? If there wasn't any Indians, would cowboys exist? Well, we know cowboys were the men who were milking the cow, the bull. Because when you say bull, most of y'all probably think of male. No. Bulls, they talking about the female. Because they have horns too. It's on the cheese. It's on one of them damn cheeses, the cow with the little horns by her ears. The black and white, I don't know what the sponsorship. They probably, that's probably some GMO shit. But the bull, Taurus is female. You know, they took everything that goddesses made, the original mamas made, and made it into animals with animated mammals. They give milk just like we do, and a goat do too. If you never ask questions, how else do you expect to find the answers? More insights to come in thoughts of the day. We need motivation. Online journal. Don't forget, Rabbit Hole Radio Show. When I guess it's enough tribe stars and people start commenting, then I'll let y'all ask questions and give a topic and we'll speak on it. Because this is what this is. Like a Dear Abby, but only so far. Because is everything going to be limited to how much time we give? Because right now it's 60 minutes. We'll stay on to an hour 45. We don't do more than an hour and a half. My Heart Eyes, 2009. My eyes have seen more than they can remember. Love more than sight can hold. Embrace things left unsaid. Windows to my soul. Best friend at times to my heart. Never try to devalue. I feel not what I see, but what moves my soul. My heart beats steadily as an African drum, telling me I'm alive. With God's power, do you think I think before I speak? My heart warns me to, but only a few knew. So I pray that my heart tells my eyes to look away. Someday, but today, my soul informed my heart that my eyes said goodbye. Anyway, no feelings can replay. Never stop cause unseen forces are always at play. Good day. Do I need to read that again? I'm going to read that again for the ones in the back. My heart eyes. If my heart had its own eyes, which it does, which is the windows that we look out of, the soul. You know, your heart can be unrolled. There's so many things we don't know about the body, the temple, and that's where everything that's outside of it is copied of it. But if you knew it, you would automatically see. So why that is not taught in the university. You got to pay so much money to be a doctor, which is someone who can teach in the field of study that they are practicing in. But there are really no doctors out here now. There's drug dealers and medical practitioners, people who practice medicine. But medicine grows on the trees and out of the ground, the fruits of her labors. You should want to heal yourself, not treat yourself, because all they do is trick. My eyes have seen more than they can remember. Love more than sight can hold. Embrace things lifted unsaid. Embrace things left unsaid. Window to my soul. Best friend at times to my heart. Never try to devalue. I feel not what I see, but what moves my soul. My heart beats steadily as an African drum, telling me I'm alive. With God's power, do you think I think before I speak? My heart warns me to, but only a few knew. So I pray that my heart tells my eyes to look away. Someday, but today, my soul informed my heart that my eyes said goodbye. Anyway, no feelings can replay. Never stop calls. Unseen forces are always at play. Good day. I don't remember a commercial playing before. Get that off of here. Look at them colors. Can you see that? Oh, usually, yeah, I guess it's on autoplay because we went to another song. But I'm going to let it play. Beautiful skies. Once upon a clear blue sky, I saw a rainbow. Yes, the rain had just left. All colors that make up the world, but you know you can see a rainbow without it raining, right? Because they're portals. Question. Right now I'm watching Soul Eater. In the commercial, I don't understand them. Came on biting urban culture. This particular company, that sells clear rocks that come out of the ground, which Earth made. They put their own price on it. But they was on a train and they was like, I got it from my mama. And I was like, damn, I forgot to push mute. My son, my youngest told me that every time a commercial come on, he automatically, instantly pushed the mute button. And I said, oh, that just reminded me. Do this. One day when you want to watch a movie, pick a movie that you know already you've seen. Or no, pick a movie that you have never seen and watch it with no sound. Commercials, whatever come on, watch the whole entire thing without any sound and see how it make you feel. See what you got from it. And then watch it with sound and see how funny that shit is. We turn off and we just looking at the commercial. They hilarious when you watch them with no sound because you start making your own thing. Well, we do. That's the type of family this is over here. We all comedians. We all see the humor and the bullshit they put in front of us. Because what's the point of getting angry? I'd rather laugh and be happy and clean my lungs out at your expense. You can't get to me. I don't care what you put through the goddamn TV, the black portal, the radio, or none of that. Because I know it's still just me. Back to the poem. Once upon a clear blue sky, I saw a rainbow. Yes, the rain had just left. All colors that made up the world bowed over my head, so beautiful. And oh yes, they had appeared too. What a joy, I thought. Beautiful sky, sun, and rain. Without you, wouldn't none of us be gained. So I know you are more special than we ponder. The gold that they seek isn't there to be found, but seen after every downpour of life-giving beauty. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet always shine through blue skies. Thank you. I read my poems, especially from, just a decade ago and a half, so you can see that my mind and how I speak and feel have always been that. And now when I look around myself, like I'm gonna show you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on Twitch. No, I'm not gonna do that. my posters that when I'm looking up, I got 3 big, what's this, by 11, 14, is that bigger than that? 12, no, I say it's bigger than 14. Yeah, that's bigger than 14. I'm at 18. 18 by 12. They nice size, but it's the colors, pinks, dark, pretty pinks and blues and purples. It's trees, a tree moon, a tree with the moon, and a star behind it. And the tree with the reflection of it below it in the different colors. And I got it pent up with butterflies and daisies. One day I'll show it. But right now it's just mine. It's just for me. It's just for my eyes only. And my children, if they happen to come in here. We got 51 minutes. But they say be the example that you want to see in the world. So I'm setting an example. Be your authentic self. I ain't on here trying to sell nothing. I'm over here inviting people into my space. And then we build together something. Because the way things are going, that's where it's heading. What else could it be? Past is false because after so many years, it's a reset. But man not doing that, that's just a natural occurrence. And I feel, because I don't believe in anything, either I know or I don't know. But I feel that what occurs after the reset is how you were living, how you were being with each other and with one another and with others. Like for instance, in Tartaria, their reset was, we'll say, like 200-300 years ago. Because if you look at a lot of the art and the stuff, especially in Russia, on the walls, you see a letter, an I or a J, and the numbers, and it used to be 6 something or 7 something. So that's 300-400. That's about 300 years ago. So I think that they got rid of certain beings that were unique, like the ones who face was in their torsos, something like the damn cards. It's things are made off of these stories. People just don't just come out of nowhere with this shit. It just don't pop up in your head. It comes from something that was in existence. It's not made up. Like, what's make believe? I'm gonna make you believe? The fuck? I never wanted to go to Disneyland or World. Damn giant ass rat that they call a mouse. Ducks and shit. And then these things were probably beings that actually existed. But people don't think like that. Because why is Disney? Why is the main thing is him holding that right hand and then they found some shit? That's a whole nother show. We ain't finna get in that. I'm gonna let that go. Let that go. Musa. Let it go. But you have to pay attention. Are you living in your head, your heart, or your ass? Because you got a brain in each. You got a brain in your head. You have a brain in your heart. And you have a brain in your guts. Which is what ends up where at your ass. And what's down there? In the lower realm. And you living down there? In your low self? Put 7 up Anybody be like, you open the third eye. Fuck you gonna open your third eye and you ain't got your root right? Why you all up in your head if you ain't got the root right? That shit still gotta be cool. You gotta get rid of all that trauma, that shit. I believe that's an ancient ass word, and that's why it's so easy for some of us just roll off our tongue. Because I come from the cussers. What is cussing? What is cursing? What is cursive? All related, because I love to cuss and I write everything cursive. So that says a lot about me, and I have very beautiful handwriting, I've been told. And when I look at myself, how do you know to, when you're just writing and then you look at it and it's the swerves and the curves of it? It's the reason they don't teach it in school anymore. The next poem is called Dear Christopher Columbus, that I wrote in 2009. Is this befitting? We know that's not his name, but Columbus, because Columbia, we sure is a goddess of something, just like Nike is the goddess of war. Swoosh. Starbucks. That's E-Star. Because I remember they used to show her tails, her feet, her snake, her eels. Because they come up on the side of her, especially the old picture of it. And then they just went up higher. And then higher so they'll show her head. They're like, oh, they're waking up. We can't stop showing that. We're showing too much. We're showing too much. How much Starbucks cost? You got to be like, ain't Starbucks like a crack? Ain't like crack? You pay like $10 a day. You spend like $50, $60, $70 a week on coffee. I don't drink cafe. I don't drink cafe. Spend all that money on that shit and you can't shit or do make shit. You can't. Your day, you just irritating. Your day don't go right till you get your heart. People like, I haven't had my coffee yet. That you're an addict. You're a caffeine addict. Did you know that? I don't do coffee. I don't like the way it smells. You have people just, the worst smell in the world to me is someone who drink coffee and smoke a cancer stick. Oh, God. That smell is a mess. Make me want to smack your fuck ass in your chest. Because you made me inhale your breath. And about knocked me off my feet. Because you supposed to smell sweet. Not like some rotten meat. See something. Dear Christopher Columbus. Okay. Here we are. Another day. A new year. Truth be told. Because your truth is old. Now, let me show you how I wrote this. This is not a poem. I'm just writing. You see? I'm just writing. You see? So you see, I'm just writing before I get into it. I just wrote something out. And then you finna see how it sounds. And we got another notebook over here. And we gonna, where we at? We almost at an hour. So we're gonna read one more after this one. Because I want to read the one next to it. The next thoughts of the night. Okay. Here we are. Another day. New year. Truth be told. Because your truth is old. We know what's up. You lied and it cannot be justified. You used and abused our trust and innocence. Now a new dawn is among us. And revolution we are about. Because your beginning was our ending. But the tables have turned. And most my sisters and brothers got the word. It's on and popping. And you, my friend, have lost your power. Ours. And lost your power over us. It's justified. You see, because we be that people that speak about in the book you took and changed a few words around, but you forgot we are the original. So it took a little time, but wait a minute. Let me re-see that. In the book you took and changed a few words around, but you forget We are the original. So it took a little time, but we worked the math and science out. Now the fun begins. Far as and your end is calling to you. And you knew it was coming, trying to hold out as long as we were in darkness. But all light comes from within. Our soul, it grows. So get ready. This be your last celebration of your life. In due time, my party shall begin, my dear old friend. Power to the people. What I've noticed about myself, I'm always writing about my brothers and sisters and them being aware of what's going on and setting themselves free mentally. Because this is a spiritual fight. You're fighting principalities, mean it's mental things you cannot see. You can't see the spirit, can you? Soul eating, that's something I need to air on Twitch, because when you look at that, like when they eating the soul, they killing the shit in the soul just the way they at the world, because they not where we at, because they can fly, so that means they're in another realm, another dimension. The moon got blood coming out of his mouth, and it's the crescent moon. He got teeth. The sun got spikes all around it, like it's rays, and it's smile from cheesing and shit. Yeah, different. They look like beings, but they are weapons, which they morph into. Sith. You know what the Grand Reaper carries, which they also use to circumcise our sons with. And then the popes and priests and shit, I don't know if y'all ever seen that, put their mouths and suck it. After a little boy be circumcised in church, and they actually put their fucking mouth on it. That's some deep coma shit, ain't it? That people, because I don't know how long that was going on, but when I saw, like, this is why I started watching TV, I'm like, it just hurt too much. I'm like, how you not aware? Why would you be holding your child and let this grown, old, fuck-ass looking man come put his mouth on your child's just after he got cut? And why he got cut, and what they do with the skin. This is what I do. I always have to ask questions. I can't help but ask questions. Quest I'm on, always. Okay, one more, then we're going, because I want to put it out there. See how y'all feel about my song. Thoughts of the Night, 2008. When you open your eyes after a good rest, who are you sending your blessings to? Have we forgotten the simplicity of our existence? I feel, have we all became mad, crazy, if you will? We are so out of touch with self. Who made us robots of habits? We didn't forget how to live. We never knew how. We all sit and ponder over the what ifs and maybes. Is it so hard to digest a much simpler existence? Work, 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 damn work. We have to get caught. I can guarantee if you didn't have to work for at least a year with the means to be comfortable in your surroundings, your outlook of life will change dramatically. So I suggest, since this society makes that thought damn near impossible, go inside yourself and make it so. Guess what? Some results. Peace of mind. Food for thought. Be open to change, and change will open you. Peace and love. These just things I wrote to myself that I'm just starting to share. So we're going to end that there. And the next one we did read. We read that too. American the Beautiful. We read that too. I'm going to start here. I'm going to read this. I'm going to make this last one. We're on the hour in. January 2nd, 2012. I think I read it, but I'm going to read it again if I did. Inspirations. I am with my entire being. Enclosure of my spirit. My mind wanders. This is just so you can see. Just another just writing. I'm just Mother Goose. Everything, it just flows. And it just, to me, rhythm and rhyme, things rhyme because they correlate. They correlate, so that's the rhythm of it. I speak in rhythms. I am poetry in motion. As my blog says, Miss Butterfly in effect. Butterfly. BUTTAPHY.N.AFX. Which I created almost 14 years ago. Because I just had my 14th anniversary. They just ASWAINGAN.wordpress.com is in the description if you want to check it out. And we just posted some new shit. And we getting a lot of little traffic because where we at now to prepare where we was is elevated. You must always elevate yourself. Inspiration. I am with my entire being. Enclosure of my spirit. My mind wonders all wonders of this existence. Aspire to transcend all unworthy aspects of the material plane, which contains my experience as a spiritual being. Am I wise enough to understand the knowledge present before and around my soul? Give me compassion. You know, I never read this. I wrote this 13 years ago. And what I was just letting out 13 years ago, people are just hashtagging and talking about now on TikTok and ticking and talking around the clock. Because you know, TikTok is tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. And it's a clock. And they take so much of your time when you get in that motherfucker. Like I said, you want to go in there and just check some shit for, 3 hours and snatch your life away. You got to set an alarm on TikTok. You got to set alarm 15 minutes. Your food will burn up going there if you're cooking. 15 minutes. When the alarm go off, get the fuck off of it. Don't get caught up in other people's bullshit. I go on there to post. And I get the fuck off. TikTok, in case you didn't get it. Like Facebook, booking your face. Instagram, FBI. Just saying. As a spiritual being, am I wise enough to understand the knowledge present before and around my soul? Give me compassion to endure what future trials and tribulations shall come in my direction on the compass of karma. Strength I gain to maintain sanity in this insanity we dread within, bound by our mind's illusions of this reality. But dreams set our soul free to truths of our endeavors that we made in righteous contentment to complete our journey of love with peace. Our bond to our past, of whom represents our very inspiration of the beginning. Continue attempts to comprehend which cannot be explained with simple symbols of words. I am that I am. Turn on. I wrote the next day. So I'm going to read this one because I wrote it the next day. And I already started reading it. Long ago, my flame was contained in a place with no name. Given, I must select when to ignite, but was done without permission. Why turn on what you can't keep going? Easily given away. That which should be treasured. How dare thee come before me with lust on tongue, hands within eyes, thought there was love. But wrong, just temptation of flesh. Unwanted I stood, accepted, miscommunication of a moment, passion deeper, feet not sincere. Never to mention again. Future only for serious endeavors of love, passion, not curiosity, which can damage more than the soul, expected but required. So now seek elsewhere. Flames burn for truth, not deception, of what could have been. Only do what you wish to have return. Love. Put this shit up. It had me up here crying and shit. Damn. I can't even say my growth is like, it's like shit went backwards. I'm recording, I can't even, it's like I can't even put this shit, what I'm feeling, I can't even put in words. When you go back and read something that you wrote over a decade ago, and especially in what we're standing in right now, for those who are aware. Because I know everybody this might come across, whoever do take the time and watch it, you might not comprehend what I'm speaking about. And there's no fault due to you. Because we all on different levels of perception, and we all have different levels of perspectives. I love the P's. We're gonna do the P's. Perspectives, pursuit, purpose, perception. My reading book was called Perspective. I never forget, every time I say the word, I see the book, Perspective. We were taught. We literally was taught in my school. And then after a certain year, they stopped teaching. It's just holding grounds now. Because they saw how intelligent we were. Certain generations. Because I'm from Generation X. X marks the spot. Okay, this is a song. This is a poem that I converted into a song. Verse 1. My mind is moving out. My mind is moving at the speed of light. In no time, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Living existence with no limitations. Unfolding the truth that always lived in me. Traveling realms, I find my tribe. Star beings, we rise. Aligned and high, healing each other. Ma, me. Ma, M-A, me, M-I. Ma, me, and tree. Nature in tune with divinity. Chorus. I'm here now. Because the poem was named I'm Here Now. I'm here now. Feeling my crown. The sweet. I can't stand my damn handwriting sometimes. The fuck is that? The sweet. What is that? It's in raining. The sweet something raining down from the great mommy, uncreated light, expansion in me, infinite sight. I'm here now, roots and wings. Let the spirit in me sing. Those who see, let them be. Chosen souls in unity. Verse 2. Explore all I came to be. Heart wide open, soul runs free. Corresponding to my twin, flames, fire. My higher self talks. My higher self takes me higher. Explore all I came to be. Explorer. I came to be an explorer. Explorer, all I came to be. Heart wide open. Soul runs free. No. Maybe not. Put that shit on. Let's go back. You're not finna just F for time. No. I talk to everything. I mean, Carl Crazy is always young, so it don't matter to me. I talk to everything because everything has a frequency. It exists. Explore all I came to be. Heart wide open, soul runs free. Corresponding to my twin, flames, fire. My higher self talks. My higher self takes me higher. Let all attend. Let all be whole. The greatness in me never gets old. Growing, glowing, divinely. Align. No hindrance now, just spirit time. The bridge. Remember who. Remember what. Remember when. Remember where you are. Chorus repeats. I'm here now. Feeling my crown. I'm here now. I'm here now. Feeling my crown. I'm here now. I'm here now. Feeling my crown. I'm here now. Feeling my outro. Spoken mind. Phase 7. I'm here now. No more waiting for the stars to align. The lived in me. Let the echoes of my present ripple across timelessly. I am here. You know how those who write songs, you have a melody in your head when you're writing, but like when you go back, it's hard to remember the melody you had. So sometimes I just record it on my voice recorded, me saying it with the melody so I can remember the melody when I want to, transcribe it to somebody else. Because I got a lot of things on my voice recorder doing that. It's a melody I had when I was doing it. That's why the spoken word that's going with my book, because the book I wrote, the poem is a spoken word poem that I'm do live and put it in audio, connected some Q code, whatever, to audio, to a link from the book to go to it to hear the live recording of it. Because when someone else reads it, they're not gonna read it the way that you meant it to be read. So you have to read it for them. But I'm gonna do the audio for whatever I do. I'm gonna do the audio for it too, because I can, and that's the age of queries we're in. Divine sensual alchemy, sacred intimacy, soul, slow groove, invocation for reverence and royalness. Love evolve with me. I don't read that. That's another one. I don't read that. I'll just give you a taste of it. Okay, I'm about to sign off. We read some poems. I'm gonna read one more. We at 120. It's 8 o'clock. DS of Wednesday. I'm going to read one more. We're going to go on the web. What is it? There you go. The mindful migraine. I got prompts. See. Is that shit right? Oh, that's that light. I see it. Can you see it? It say 14 years. Yeah, you can see it. Well, you can see it. 14 years. You registered on WordPress.com 14 years ago. Thanks for flying with us, keeping us good blogging. That was a week ago. I made a poem, put manifest on here, and I got 12 likes so far, so we're going to read that one. Let's see, the 19th. It say, jot down the first thing that comes to your mind. Jot down the first thing that comes to your mind. A mind called mind space. Why you can't see that? Yeah, you can see it there. Sitting here thinking how to free myself out of this debt. To be a silent. Out of this debt hole that these pretenders want to keep me in. We know it's not mine. It's the holy paper tree that was made not divine. My name written down has chains all around. So we must think. And I got the emoji. How do we free thee from these paper debts? That's not me. We have multi-talents and gifts, but these ungodly pressures want to deny me. I'm ready to give my all to all that hear me. Let's break free of thus tyranny. Let's break free of thus tyranny. Space-time is what they use to stay what is due. The state of my mind says no, we through. We free from all these fake debts you want to give. Me take them back, or we will destroy thee with cold lights and dark. She said it's over now. We going back how I used to. Be free within your mainframe, your mind and your body. And the most high frequency shall free the rest. No restrictions, no worries. Free dome is free in your domain, your mind, heart, and soul. Everything is mental. So we know that everything is one. That's not how the way I probably would have ended it, but I had got a phone call. And I was on the phone for a minute. And when I came back, I had lost my train of thought. So I just posted different ways to make a couple of pics. You want to see them? You go on the site. Oh, this some. I had started so much like. I had just created something. Come join the Tribe Stars. This was the 4th, the 13th, which was my grandma's birthday. The 13th of this month. She was born in 1919, who I'm named after and who raised me. If you enjoy my poetry, come to where we hang out on them YouTube streets. We reading Alice's Adventures Underground, rephrased to Alice in Wonderland. We recite poetry from years ago. Some is written in this blog some time ago. Come see me in person soon, but for now we in that Rabbit Hole Radio, my showroom. We tick on the talk a little too. If you want to support, come on through. We sincerely thank you. I'm Miss Butterfly on here, but over there we Moma Bumby, my dear. We appreciate you all who have read our creative insights, but we have much more in store before our time to say good night. Then I'll just post a couple of my pics from up here. When you get a new hairdo and you become a new person, and that's when I decided to get on here already. The blue stood out now. You can't even hardly see the blue now. And sweat it out, I guess. The other prop was decades from now, which is on the 13th. This will get me right. What do you see yourself in 10 years? My mind is moving at the speed of light. In no time, I'm where I've always was, meant to be living existence without limitations. Traveling around this realm, meeting tribe stars, like-minded soul, fulfilling beings, healing one another, and mommy, earth, and nature in tune with our vibrations. Sweet anointings we receive from the Most High Divine Uncreated Great, mommy of all the allowing full expansion into all realms. Exploring our full potential, sharing insights, giving my heart its full range of growth and correspondence to my twin flame, my higher self. Let all be in attendance to the greatness of my spirit, and it continues to grow and develop without hindrance. Only those chosen to be chosen will experience all that is. Remember is remember what, who, where, what, and when you are. I'm here now. Then I show pictures of the Grand Canyon, which they don't want us at. And then you see why when you really look at it. If you serious want to change, you have to go through uncomfortable situations. Be kind to you. And we're going to end it there. Silence is a virtue. I'm finna get off of here. Stretch. Feel good. Drink some more water. And sit silently for a little while and then lay down and go into the dream world. Because I do go there every night. And I remember my dreams vividly. So I guess that's lucid, as they call it. Because I'm aware that I'm dreaming. And they have become more exciting. What goes on in your dream lets you know where you are, what plane you are existing in at that moment. Because there's many different planes, the mental plane, the spiritual plane, the light body. You have many bodies, there's so much. But that's for different shows. We're just doing this to be transparent and show who he is. So we open up with you. We're going to close with you first. As I always say, be kind to each other, and especially be kind to yourself. Have a good night. Until we come forward. We want to say we come forward Friday, but until we come back forward, until we come forward, with the next chapter of Alice Adventures in Rubberland, in Wonderland, in Rubberland, in Underground Land, wherever she at. Good day, beloved. And to y'all, good day, beloved. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. Because it's really only you. I've always been kind to me. Even if others chose not to. I just move you the fuck on out my way. Don't let people mistreat you. And continue to let them be in your space. Move them away. Move them away. Away, child. Go away. If you can't move them away, you move. Because I've done that too. I have moved others out my space, and I have left people in the space and moved away from the space. Especially when you're raising children. Well, young ones. Because we don't know what child and ran, them two different words, and they don't mean what we think they mean. Neither. It's like when you come upon shit, like everything is bullshit. Every fucking thing is some bullshit to it. Come to fucking realize. But anyway. Be kind to one another. Especially be kind to yourself. Until we come forward again, we wish you all a good night, a good day, and enjoy your adventures. Until later. We're going to make sure we don't take no picture. We're always taking pictures, but that's okay. We use it. Take a picture. Take a picture. Take a picture.